gotta go live first. Just be happy with what is on the horizon. Be happy with the fact that we are about to have a football team like we have never had in this city before. Be happy that we are going to have a football team that for the next 5, 10, maybe 15, hell, maybe even 20 years is going to be talked about as a consistent contender because we have the right people in the front office, we have the right people running the show, and they're going to do things the right way this time. And we've never had that here in Chicago.
Abused stepchildren. We don't believe the next guy isn't going to kick the shit out of us like the last guy did.
That's fair. That's fair.
Everybody's writing Fitz gibberishes today, and they're all better than mine.
And welcome to McNally's. It is Combs and Fitz, Windy City Sports Talk. We're expecting a lot more people here at McNally's this afternoon. They're slowly trickling in. Right now, it kind of looks like guaranteed rate field on a home day, but for right now. Facebook, we are on Twitch. You guys can catch us all on there as well. Like the stream, share the stream, love the stream, do all those other things. We already got comments rolling in. Jeremiah, where are you at? Why are you watching this from Indiana instead of being here with us? I don't know what's going on. Jeremiah says, why is time moving in slow motion? I want my football now. So, Fitzy, we're live.
I'm excited.
It's McNally's.
Bears football, everybody. Yeah.
I mean, look, this is your old stomping ground, right?
Yeah,
you hear the three people here clapping like it actually is.
That's all it is.
Like it actually is a White Sox home game.
Yes, exactly. Last, I used to live next door to McNally's, and I used to come in here when it was like a late night, and I'd get a 6-pack to go and drink by myself like a gremlin in my apartment. And one time,
you still drink alone like a gremlin in your apartment.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
Yeah, so I would come in here the one time, and I want to say it was the afternoon, but let's face it, it was probably the morning. I waltzed in here in a robe and asked for
a robe,
and asked for and I asked for a 6-pack. They gave me it, and then I don't see the bartender here today. He looked at me.
He probably got fired because he served you a 6-pack in a robe.
And he said, "Ryan, we can't do this anymore."
I don't blame him. You at some point, look, at some point you've got to look at yourself and be like, I have a problem.
Yes.
I have a problem. If you are going to the bar in a robe to get a 6-pack, you might have a problem.
Yes. I mean, a big problem. And you know what? Bears fans in general have had a big problem. Last 10 years at opening day games, the Bears are 2-8. 2-8.
But no more, damn it.
No more.
No more, damn it. We've got the right front office. We've got the right players. We've got everything going forward, right? Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Yeah, nothing could possibly go wrong with the Bears team and this organization at all.
The Bears are looking forward, and I like what the Bears are looking forward, to be honest with you. I like what Ryan Poles is doing. I like what the Bears are assembling as a team, as a franchise. I like everything that is going on, but I'm cautiously optimistic. right? Like at first I was like, oh yeah, 12 wins, 10 wins, 13 wins, 14 wins. And then we got some scrub walking into the bar with this beard looking like a freaking like a terrorist. I don't know. Is that your brother?
But yes, that's Johnny just waltzed in. My brother.
God.
Hello, Johnny.
I thought I smelled something funny.
Yeah. Hey. Yes. He's talking into the computer.
People are slowly trickling in.
Computer. He's talking.
He's talking. Yeah.
He doesn't know how.
Like the computer has a mic.
But anyway, top to bottom, the Bears look good. I mean, there's players here now. This isn't 3 years ago. When Ryan Poles ripped everything apart. You got guys like Montez Sweat, Jalen Johnson. I mean, you have a new quarterback playing, obviously. Who knows what Caleb Williams is going to do, but you have a lot of good players here up and down. I think the only real weakness of this team is going to be the offensive line. And yes, I had to bring it up. I wish they would have got
left tackle. Son of a bitch.
I wish they would have got a left tackle.
You and your left tackle.
They don't have a left tackle right now, but I mean, it looks optimistic right now, but who knows what's going to happen once the whistle blows. Who knows who the Tennessee Titans are? Who knows who Will Levis is? You're the only one who liked him in the draft in the entire country when he was sitting there with his ugly girlfriend.
And now what's he doing?
Get picked.
And now what's he doing? He's a starter.
He is a starter in the NFL. He had a jump over Ryan Tannehill. What a lot of competition he had there.
Ryan Tannehill was good in Tennessee, sir. They had Derrick Henry.
Okay.
Now they no longer have Derrick Henry. And now they no longer have a coaching staff that they had built up there with Mike Vrabel.
No,
all of that stuff is gone. So
Brian Callahan does come from the Cincinnati Bengals offense. So, I mean, I don't know how good of an offensive coordinator you have to be to have Joe Burrows as your quarterback.
Against Tennessee. I think that the Bears have one of those opportunities, right, where they are actually going up against the team with the new coaching staff, with the new quarterback, with the new offense, with the new everything. The Bears are as well, but I think their roster is built better for that. I think it's something that we've never been able to say as Bears fans, right? Like, when was the last time a Bears fan was able to say, wow, look at this roster?
When I was in McNally's with my robe looking for a six-pack, because that was back in 2006 when you had the Lovie Smith Bears. The Bears are who we thought they were. They didn't have a quarterback really then. They had small hands Rex Grossman.
And Devin Hester was their number one wide receiver.
Pretty much at that point. One of their number one players. I mean, he returned, 6-7 kickoffs that year. But yeah, it's been that long. They have not been really relevant since that long. We did have the double doink in 2018 that I keep bringing up because I lost a lot of money to it. Hunter checks in. Classic Bears letdown here. Tennessee Titans.
Well, Hunter's a Giants fan, so he knows all about classic letdown.
Oh yeah. I mean, Daniel Jones, he really deserved that contract.
Daniel Jones is he's a guy.
He's a guy.
He's a guy. I don't know if he's the guy, but he's a guy.
He makes, you know what? He makes Justin Fields look great.
He's like Daniel Jones is that guy that if you lined up all the starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now, and you lined them up and you put them all in front of you and you start picking schoolyard style, he'd be the last guy picked.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he'd be the last guy picked.
I mean, but again, top to bottom, even the backups seemed to play really well. I know it was the preseason, but you got a pretty deep team here with the Bears. I mean, the Tennessee Titans, they got some players. It looks like DeAndre Hopkins is going to play today for the Tennessee Titans. And he's got I don't know what the grade level is, but he does have a tear. And there's Justin Fields I just saw on the screen, but he does have a tear, an MCL tear. I don't know if it's grade 1 or grade 2, but he's going to go today. And DeAndre Hopkins is a tough player. He's a tough receiver. Been playing for years. I thought he wasn't going to go today. When I heard he got hurt, I thought for sure that he'd be good. People are actually, we got a decent crowd now. But yeah.
So let me ask you a question here. Scenario for today. The Bears go out, they have a good game, but they still end up losing this game. Caleb Williams goes out, has a decent game, but throws a couple of interceptions. Meanwhile, Justin Fields goes out and beats the Atlanta Falcons and has a great game. How crazy will Bears fans get?
Oh, it's going to be insane. It's weird. It's like, because Bears fans were split, it was like 50-50. Yeah. And then once Caleb Williams came in and, they got Roma Dunze and, they're doing all these things. They got another defensive end. Playing with an MCL tear, but Russell Wilson can't play with a calf strain, so whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think it'd be up for grabs. I have to say, I think it'd be a little bit up for grabs.
I definitely think it'll be up for grabs. I do think Bears fans will lose their mind though if that happens. I mean, it's just how Bears fans are, right? Like Bears fans get to that point where our guy has to be that guy. And the Bears have never had that at quarterback. We've never had a guy like Caleb Williams coming in at quarterback. They've never given a quarterback the amount of weapons that they've given to Caleb Williams. So Caleb Williams has zero excuses here. Zero excuses other than the fact that he's a rookie to come out and not show out, especially at home against a team that has a brand new coaching staff, a brand new offense, a brand new quarterback. Like they are in the same situation that we've watched the Bears be in for the last 30 plus years.
Exactly. And Megan TV, who's our fashion correspondent, checks in. She says, look at Combs on the Caleb Williams bandwagon with his new jersey.
He's my quarterback.
He is on the Caleb Williams.
He's my quarterback. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Quarterback going back to the Lovey Smith area. But I mean, what do you expect from Caleb Williams then? You said, what if you're throwing out all these bad scenarios?
What I expect from Caleb Williams
so cynical. When we first started the podcast, you were like, Bears are going to be 13-4. They're going to take the North. We're going to be great this year.
That was Ryan
Poles. Am I right or am I wrong? I know, but you sounded like Ryan Poles. And you said they're going to be great. Now all of a sudden, your enthusiasm is very tamped down. You're hedging your bets.
It's not that my enthusiasm is tampered down. It's that, look, it's like it said in the open, right? It's like Jeremiah Murray's comment where he said, Bears fans are like a bunch of abused stepchildren. We're just waiting to see if the next guy's going to kick the shit out of us like the last guy did.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it's at with Bears fans. So it's not that my excitement is tampered down, but my expectations have tampered down a little bit. Where's mine?
You don't get a present. You can't. No. Yes. I got a cozy, but you did not get one.
That's what I get for letting them pick the wheel of death punishment. I get nothing. I'm like, I let you torture your brother, and instead I get nothing. As long as I win, anyway. You get to torture your brother. But anyway, so we've got my expectations for today for Caleb Williams. 250 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
What? And you're breaking out all these scenarios, and he's going to have 2 picks. But
no, if he has 2 picks, I'm going home.
I don't think this is a great secondary for the Titans. Like, I mean, you're going to have some trouble with their defensive line. You are. But Caleb Williams has shown he can be very elusive. Now, I thought that might be a problem going from Justin Fields to Caleb Williams, that maybe Caleb Williams, get the game speed of the NFL wouldn't be the same. Like almost when Baker Mayfield came out, everybody thought he'd be a scrambler. But you see Baker Mayfield in college, and then he goes to the NFL. He doesn't look as quick.
Yeah.
But Caleb Williams did. Caleb Williams looked pretty good. I think he'll be able to slip out of some. I think you're going to have some problem on this offensive line. I think he's probably going to get sacked a couple times, and we'll see how he does with that adversity. You know, you saw in Hard Knocks, he came out and said he hasn't been nervous in a game, which I think is a lie. He hasn't been nervous in a game since high school.
That's true.
I say that's a damn lie.
I don't know, man. The kid looks calm, cool, and collected, does he not?
He does look calm, cool, and collected. I mean, it doesn't look like anything really phases him, and he just wants to learn the game. That's it. Let's see where the speed of the game goes with him. I don't know. I don't know if no interceptions is good on this game, especially if they're playing from behind. We'll see if they're playing from behind, what Shane Waldron, the Bears offensive coordinator, is going to do, because I think he's going to be and I hate to say it, another offensive coordinator that's conservative, but I think he's going to be conservative. And I don't think that's a bad play, not like last year, because you have all these tools with you. You have DeAndre Swift, you have Keenan Allen, you have Roma Dunze now. You have the tight ends. Cole Kmet took a giant step up after signing a contract that I think was team friendly last year. I think you're going to have a lot of different places to go now where he doesn't have to play hero ball.
And that's one of the things that I want to get into too, is you talk about the team friendly contracts. What about the team friendly? What about the job Poles has done going and signing contracts early? You talk about DJ Moore getting a 4-year extension. Now, it wasn't a new 4-year contract. It was a 4-year extension added on to the 2 years that they already had onto him. But they get him for a lot cheaper than what a Jamar Chase is going to get, for a lot cheaper than what a Tyreek Hill is going to get, for a lot cheaper than any of these other top wide receivers are going to get. And you take care of your guy early, and then that repays you later on in the end. Ryan Poles has done a fantastic job with these contracts.
Yeah, I think he's done a great job. Like I just mentioned, Kmet, like every Bear fan went insane. DJ Moore is what, 25?
Yeah.
And you gave him a contract that yearly. Yes, there's a lot of guaranteed money on there. Like DJ Moore has done great with guaranteed money in his career. I think the most out of any receiver ever when it comes to guaranteed money. But he's a great player. He's a durable player. And year to year, it's not as big a cap hit. At least in my mind, it's not as big as cap hit.
Well, you always talk about how you want a left tackle. There's a gentleman over there in a Dick Butkus jersey who looks like he could play left tackle. He's big enough to be a left tackle.
Yeah, but I want him eat, instead of celery, I want him eating beef jerky. or like just get him a trough and just throw him in there.
That's kind of how he eats dinner. I've seen it.
Jeremiah reminds us we've got 10 draft picks next year. Pulse isn't done by any means.
I agree.
And I think one of those draft picks, Jeremiah, is going to turn into a player this year. And we talked before we started the show.
I was just going to say.
Okay, go ahead. You go ahead. Oh, I won't steal your thunder.
I think that 2 or 3 of those draft picks turn into Micah Parsons. And I think it happens before the trade deadline. They just paid Dak.
Yeah.
So Dak Prescott just got a 4-year extension. For all those that didn't know, Dak Prescott right before we got on the air, ESPN announced and Adam Schefter announced that Dak Prescott got his 4-year extension. So I don't think they have room to pay Micah Parsons. I think Micah Parsons is available. And look, Micah Parsons on any defense makes them a winner.
Yeah.
I would love to see Micah Parsons with this Bears defense.
Yeah, opposite Montez Sweat. You've seen the last 3 games last year. Montez Sweat did not have, and he could have been hurt, but Montez Sweat didn't have 1 sack in the last 3 games last year. Not 1 sack.
Yeah.
So it's like, teams were game planning for him because obviously he was leading the team in sacks, only playing half the season with the Bears. And you'd like to see them have an edge rusher on the other side. I don't think the new kid that they got is going to be good enough just yet. So I mean, we'll just have to see. I think they're going to watch the season play out, so they don't have to waste draft picks. I don't think any trades are going to happen soon, but you're right. Like 6-7 games in, if the Bears are hovering around 500 and they need more help, they might.
So Brandon Combs Jr. chimes in, says, cheating ass Diane has her drinks. Better watch out. That's a fair statement. So anytime my mother-in-law has her drinks, watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? She just held up a knife and told me to watch myself.
Unbelievable.
Oh, here we go. All right. We got her started. Anyway, Jeremiah also says over $100 million to 2 players on the Cowboys. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they're going to pay for extra players. I'm guessing they're thinking they're drafting. I don't know if this is a transition year for them or not, but they seem to be happy to just go to the playoffs and get blown out by Jordan Love and the Packers.
Yeah.
And which Jordan Love didn't play a great game. Again, 50% completion rating. And the second game in Brazil just 2 days ago. And got hurt. They thought it could be an ACL. It's just an MCL, but we'll see how that develops throughout the year.
Well,
For all of those that are in the bar listening right now, if you guys have any questions, we do have a microphone set up. If you guys want to ask a question, you guys can ask a question. But I have a question for you guys. Are you guys ready for Fitz gibberish? We had one before at a White Sox game.
They don't even know what it's Yes, Fitz gibberish. The diatribe. It's a conspiracy theory. It's an island in the middle of an apologetic and sometimes inaccurate sports talk. I couldn't think of a couple of names on the Bears. I don't know what's happening.
Maybe that's really normally my thing.
It's too much coffee, I guess.
It's
I've had a lot of coffee today. I'm charged up. But here we go. It's Fitz gibberish. And littered around the Chicago neighborhoods today, there are men, women, and children sitting by their fathers on old recliners, warming themselves by his Bears football rage like a fire on a cold Christmas night. And if those old recliners could talk, oh, the stories they would tell, my friends, the stories of Bears opening games past. The names, the names a day like today summons, like Butkus, Singletary, Hampton, Peyton, and yes, I'll name him Cody Parkey. Yes, fans. Double doink, Cody Parkey.
Oh, no.
Yes, Frippen, shut up. Anyway.
Southside,
stand up. You guys can talk. Anyway. Yes, fans. Fans will be huddled around their patriarchs as they rise from their recliners on knees as sturdy as wobbly bar stools.
What are they doing on their knees?
They're trying to stand up on their knees.
Why?
With their knees. I don't know.
Oh,
Jesus.
All right.
Yes, those pear-shaped men may come crashing down on that classic piece of American furniture, releasing aged farts. From games long ago decided. And that beef, cheese, garlic, and colon stench may be nothing compared to the play on the field today. The smell may dissipate along with the dreams of a Bears Super Bowl year.
Well played, you son of a bitch.
And ladies and gentlemen, the stats don't get much better today. Teams with the first taken QB are 0-14-1 in their season openers in recent years. 0-14-1.
Oh, no. What is going on now?
Wait, it gets better. The last QB the Bears took in the first round got sacked 9 times in his first game.
Southside, stand up.
I'm a Sox fan. I got to be cynical. And he passed for a robust, not 250 yards, 64 yards.
Yeah, I've seen this one. I've seen this one. This is a classic.
And the Bears are 2-8 in their last 10. And the Bears are 2-8 in their last 10 home openers. Combs over here has the Bears going 10-7 this season, falling short of winning the division while losing the last game of the season to the Packers. But Combs paints his fingernails, so. You traitor.
Son of a bitch.
Not this time, friends. No longer will the monsters of the Midway be the laughing stock of the NFL. I got the Bears going 11-6 and winning the North. Yes. And winning the North.
There sits the only king I mean to bend my knee to. The King of the North! The King of the North! The King of the North!
Yes. and I've got a pretty sweet recliner, used obviously for sale, and if everybody wants the show. See me after the show if you're interested, Combs.
Look, I've heard this stat before. 14-1, the starters since I think it was Dan Marino in their first game or whatever the case is. Look,
starting quarterback.
How many of those 15 quarterbacks were given the same roster that Caleb Williams has been given? How many of those 15 quarterbacks have the defense that Caleb Williams? Usually when a quarterback comes into a situation like this, starting his rookie year, normally they're on really bad teams with really bad rosters. That's why they're quarterbacks that are starting their rookie year. This is a different situation for Caleb Williams, and I think that it's different. I think that heading into this one, look, next week might be, I'm probably going to have a different pick next week when I make the picks for our Wheel of Death, which your brother is going to kill you later. But I'm taking the Bears today. I think that the Bears are going to win. I think Caleb Williams is going to turn that 0 into a 1 in that first column, and I think it's a different. I think it's a different regime. I think it's a different time. And look, I don't care what those other 15 quarterbacks did, because I think that Caleb Williams is in a different situation. I think he's going to win today.
How many of those organizations were organizations that treated their fans like a dad who goes out for a pack of cigarettes and doesn't come home for 20 years? That's what I'm saying. I mean, this Bears organization has been a train wreck. If it wasn't for my White Sox, this would be the worst organization in the city.
Why'd you have to bring my dad into this?
Oh my. I'm just saying. Look, I'm optimistic. I mean, but all the there's a lot of stats against them. Today, I just think the Bears, they have to do a lot of things right this season to be in contention, to win the division. We need to stay healthy. Caleb Williams has to be able to hit the ground running today, which I think he'll do. I think he'll do against what should be just an okay Tennessee Titans team.
And then your cousin Jules walks in all fashionably late, like a Packers fan normally would, but she didn't even have the guts to wear her Packers gear. She was talking about wearing her Packers gear. She's going to be Packers proud today.
Yes.
Can't even wear the Packers gear today. Sissy.
It wasn't good in Brazil.
It was not good. Yeah, Jordan Love gets hurt, and all of a sudden she's off the bandwagon.
Jordan Love should have got the Brazilian wax, but
he probably does get a Brazilian wax.
He probably does. He looks it.
All right. Are we ready for the Wheel of Death?
I am ready for the Wheel of Death.
Well, before we do the Wheel of Death, so we have a punishment normally. So we're going to get to that in just a second.
All our lives hang by a thread. Now we've got a man waiting for sentence. But ain't it the truth? You take your chances with the law. Justice is only a roll of the dice, a flip of the coin, a turn of the wheel.
This is the Wheel of Death.
And here we go.
So it is back, much to your chagrin, because look, Fitz did not want the Wheel of Death back. So I told him, I said, you don't have a choice. We're bringing the Wheel of Death back. But then I didn't tell him until last week on the show, when I announced on the show that this year, we're not going to have a wheel with punishments. We're going to have one listener per week give us a punishment. And this week, we have a special guest, and that is going to be his brother John,
and the
who is going to try to kill you because he knows how often you lose.
And one of the bad guys from Superman 2. I bet you didn't know that.
He looks like one of the bad guys from 9/11 to be honest. So John, what is our punishment for this week?
The punishment for this week is one of you has to cut the other one's lawn wearing a Speedo.
He's crazier than a shithouse rat. No wonder you're acting the way you.
For those of you that could not hear, the punishment for this Wheel of Death is that whoever loses has to mow the other guy's lawn in a Speedo. So somebody's mowing somebody's lawn in a Speedo. Here's my thing though, John. Your brother has a really big house, a really big lawn. My lawn's like 5 foot by 5 foot. You're still muted, stupid. Go ahead.
You're not doing a riding mower. It's not happening. Just do the front.
That's a lot of lawn.
Do the front.
Just
You
do
can
the
just
front
do the
lawn? All
front
right.
lawn.
All right.
Yeah, I'll let it.
Yeah, because the back lawn, I mean, I don't want, look, I've got cameras in the back. I don't want that on my camera. No, front lawn,
You want
perfect.
it. You'll
I'll
be
let
hitting record.
Rich lives about 2 seconds away from me. I'll let him know when it's happening so he can come by with the camera. Yeah, Facebook Live.
Oh my!
So there it is. One of us is mowing, the other guy's lawn in a Speedo.
Awesome.
No matter the weather. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'll see you guys there.
I mean, we knew that he was sick. But we did not know what was coming until
I wish
right
he
now.
was playing, and it could be like, yeah, you have to shave your beard if you lose.
John, I've got something for you.
You are and always have been penis cancer in human form.
All right, we won't be at McNally's next week, folks.
Yeah. At least we don't have to come here and do the show in the Speedo.
Yeah,
No, too late. Can't change it.
No way. No way.
Yeah. That's brutal.
Yeah.
That's brutal. I'll make sure I'm working that day. And I'll let Michelle let me know whether or not it happened, because I do not want to be there when this happens. Do you own a Speedo?
I do not own a Speedo.
Oh, thank God you said no.
I can get a banana hammock if you'd like.
Oh, God. So for those that don't know, the Wheel of Death, we make our picks every week. We pick every game. From Sunday, we pick the Sunday and the Monday games. We don't do Thursday, Friday games, obviously. And then whoever picks the most right wins, and whoever picks the most wrong loses. Yeah, that's it. And last year we had a few punishments. He had to do a show blindfolded. He had to do a show where he did
8 hot
wings while and his wife made the hot wings with evil faces while she was making them. Like ghost pepper hot wings.
Yeah. It's horrible.
It's weekly.
It's weekly.
Every week there's a different punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next week we will have another listener decide what the punishment is. I don't know if I like my idea of surprising you with how listeners get to pick a punishment.
I don't like it either.
This is a terrible punishment.
It's gonna be tough.
Good thing for me though is that you suck at these picks, and you lost about 80% of them last year.
80%. You wish.
All right, it was probably closer to 90, but I was trying to give you some leeway.
Whatever. Go get another Bears quarterback jersey.
You better go get a Bears banana hammock is what you better do.
Now you're the first person to buy a Caleb Williams jersey. Can one of you please get me a dual sign Mark Collins / trigger cocktail napkin? Doubting Thomas.
Hey,
he's got the Punky QB as his moniker.
If you could, when he has to do this punishment, because he will lose, he will have to do this punishment. Could you get, by any chance, a Speedo with Mark's mustache on it? That would be fantastic.
Oh my God.
All right, are you ready to pick the games?
Yeah, I'm ready to pick the games.
All right.
God damn, I haven't even looked at them.
I've already got my picks written out, so I already know what my picks are.
I haven't even looked at them. That's how much research I've done.
So the Steelers now starting with Justin Fields
against the
Falcons at Atlanta.
Are we going with the spread?
Or do you want to go with the spread?
Why are we talking about this now?
Why
are we doing show prep now?
Who wants us to do it with the spread?
Why are we doing show prep now? We had this for 5 weeks. We were setting up this thing, and now you're doing show prep.
Look, I can't do everything. Spread or no spread, John? Spread? All right, we're going against the spread. All right, so the Falcons are a 4-point favorite. You taking the Steelers +4 or Atlanta -4?
Well, since Kirk Cousin is a fan of Creed, I'm going Steelers.
Whoa! I do like the Steelers defense. I really do. But it's Atlanta at home. It's week 1. It's Justin Fields, and we've seen this show before. I love Justin Fields. I think he's going to be better with a better offense, but He did not know he was starting until about 20 minutes ago. So I'm going to go with the Falcons -4.
Played with the first team a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell Wilson was hurt like half a training camp, maybe even more than that.
God, I don't want to see you in the Speedo. I don't want to see me in the
It's
Speedo.
one game.
All right. Let's go Patriots Bengals.
Patriot. Well, I got Bengals.
The Bengals are a 7.5-point spread.
Oh, Jesus. At home, though, I'm going Bengals.
Jamar Chase is questionable.
I'm going Bengals.
All right. I'm going Bengals too. Yeah, the Patriots are terrible. They're going to have the number 1 pick in the draft this year. Texans Colts. Colts are a 3-point home dog.
I'm going with quarterback here. I'm going Texans.
See, I'm going with quarterback here too, but I'm going with the Colts. I love Anthony Richardson. I'm taking the points.
Because he just lit the college football on fire with his 54% completion rating.
Look, I'm
know
doing
what?
it
You're
because
gonna be
I
the
don't
one
want
in
to be in the Speedo. So I'm going Colts plus and the points. Colts +3.
All right.
So Dolphins, Jaguars. The Dolphins are a 3.5-point favorite. And Tyreek Hill got arrested on his way into the stadium today, so that's a problem.
I hate Trevor Lawrence, so I'm going quarterback again. I'm going Fins. Go Fins!
I'm going Dolphins here too. Dolphins are too potent, so give me the Dolphins -3.5. Panthers, Saints. Saints are a 3.5-point favorite.
God, this is a tough one. Who's more garbage? I'm going Saints.
I love that pick because I'm taking the Panthers and I get points. I would take the Panthers on the money line here. I really love the Panthers. I think Bryce Young is going to have a better year, especially with Xavier Legette on his team. Give me the Panthers over the Saints. I like the Panthers straight up. So Giants, Vikings. Vikings are a 1-point favorite in New York. Sam Darnold versus Daniel Jones. The quarterback matchup everybody wants to see.
Yeah, no one wanted to see. I'm gonna go with the Giants just because screw the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Giants here too at home. Give me the Giants and the 1 point.
Do you see how deep my analysis is?
Yeah.
Do you see how deep it is? That's why people
put a lot of thought into this. Yeah.
That's why we have all these.
As soon as you heard you had to go in a Speedo in front of everybody, you were like, I'm losing on purpose. So that's why you're going with these picks.
It's very warm in October and
Raiders, Chargers. Chargers are a 3-point favorite at home.
Ooh.
I like my lawn mower.
I like Jimmy Harbaugh. So I'm going Chargers.
So I'm going to take the Raiders in the points on this one. I like the Raiders defense. I just
did that because I picked the Chargers.
No, I didn't do that because you picked the Chargers.
I did that because I picked the Chargers.
Yeah, well, I want to win, so I always go against your picks.
Loser.
Anyway, I like the Raiders defense. I don't love their quarterback situation, but I think that their roster is a little bit better. I think the Chargers are still trying to figure things out defensively.
Yeah.
So give me the Raiders. Broncos, Seahawks. Seahawks are a 6.5-point favorite in this game.
Wow.
I'll pick first. You know what? I love Bo Nix. Give me Bo Nix in the points. I think Bo Nix is the offensive rookie of the year this year. Give me Bo Nix in the points.
Rookie of the year this year.
Yeah. Plus 6.5. If they win 9 games, even if
you're
Caleb
wearing
wins 12,
a Caleb Williams jersey,
even if Caleb wins 12 games and they only win 9, that's more impressive
what is
from
wrong
Bo
with
Nix.
you? We can't talk both at the
Anyway,
same time.
give me Broncos and the points.
Both Broncos.
Both on the Broncos?
Yeah.
All right. Stop copying me.
I'm not.
Cowboys and Browns. Browns are a 2.5-point favorite at home.
God, that's a tough one because I don't know what Watson's going to look like. I'll take the Cowboys.
I'll take the Browns. I'll take the Browns in that defense at home week 1. Kevin Stefanski. They beat the Cowboys.
Shut
Give
up,
me the Browns.
John. Just said, should pick.
John, just go by the Speedo, all right? We're good. Commanders, Buccaneers. Buccaneers are a 3.5-point favorite.
Obviously, they are. They don't make it easy. I'm taking the Buccaneers, though. I liked Baker Mayfield last year.
I'm on the Commanders and Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels and the points. I think the Commanders win this game outright.
Yeah,
so give me the Commanders and the points.
Such a lie.
It's not a lie.
Yes.
Go Redskins. Rams, Lions on Sunday Night Football. The Lions are a 5-point favorite at home.
Man. Matthew Stafford, too, looks so good in that playoff game last year, even though he lost.
Yeah.
He did look really good. And I don't really like Jared Goff. I think we saw his ceiling, but they're
And
at
Dan
home.
Campbell has a way of losing games.
Yeah. I'm going Rams.
I'm going Lions. I talked you into it.
Good.
I'm going
Just
Lions.
take every team in the division. Why don't you? Other than the Bears.
Minus
You freaking
5.
traitor.
Minus 5.5 points. Give me the Lions. And then we've got the Jets and Niners on Monday Night Football. And the Niners are a 3.5-point favorite.
Well, I got Brock Purdy in my fantasy league, so I'm taking San Fran.
That's
deep analysis.
Pick. Yeah,
that's deep analysis.
That's an excellent pick. Give me the Jets. Give me the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. Maybe he plays more than 4 games and doesn't tear an Achilles this time. Or 4 plays, I should say, not 4 games. But I don't.
This is the point of the show. We're not even. And I want to stab you in the throat.
Why? Because you're gonna have to mow my lawn in a Speedo. But last but not least, we got the Titans and Bears.
Yes, we do.
Titans
Bears
are a
football.
4-point underdog. Bears -4. Where are you going?
I'm going Bears.
I'm going Bears too. I think the Bears win this game by 10.
You have to go Bears.
Bears
Keep you alive
27-17.
here.
Take the under. The under's at 44.5. Take the under. 27-17 Bears.
Wow.
I already bet it. So yeah.
And if you don't get the under, then
I think I'm gonna kick you in the nuts.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Anyway,
making comments like he's part of the show.
He always thinks he's part of the show. Even when the mic is muted, he comes up and he still grabs it. And we would be ignoring it on the phone, but we can't ignore you when you're in person.
Jeremiah, it was ballsy of McNally's to put you guys right by the front door. How many people have walked in and immediately walked out?
First of all, the front door is on the other side. This is the emergency exit.
Yes, this is the emergency exit.
Nobody has tried to blow through
but
it
a
yet.
lot of people have gone out of the emergency exit. The escape hatch.
Anyway, guys, are you guys excited for the Bears game today?
Let's go. Wow, the excitement is palpable.
I'm telling you, it sounds like we're at a White Sox game. We got 3 people clapping every time we ask for it.
Unbelievable. Sell the team, Jerry.
Let's talk about the Packers real quick. Jordan Love out 3 to 4 weeks.
His back foot,
Packers 0-5, baby.
Given the 50% completion rating, that's what he gave you, and an INT.
Yeah.
But he deserves $50 million a year because he played 8 or 9 good games last year. This trend in the NFL is really weird, and I think I don't think it can last forever. Where every quarterback gets $50 million if he threw to wide open receivers against the Cowboys in the playoffs.
He had half of a good season last year, and he won a playoff game in Dallas where everybody wins playoff games, except for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They won by like 50 points. I think it was like 33-0 or something. It was something crazy. They won by a big margin, and then what happened? Jordan Love looked like Jordan Love against the 49ers, throwing off of his back foot consistently. Jordan Love, look, I think Jordan Love is a guy that can be their starting quarterback for the next 5 to 6 years, but he's going to be a guy that can be 8-9, 9-8. I don't think he's a guy that can win you 12 games. I don't think he's a guy that can win you a Super Bowl. I think that Jordan Love is going to struggle a lot, and they just paid him a lot of money to struggle.
Yeah, I totally didn't listen to what you said because I was preparing
you never listen to what
to say something.
Ever.
I think Jordan Love should update his Creed collection because he is, a poor man's Kirk Cousins.
This guy
that's what he is.
Shows up 10 minutes before every show, wants to know what we're talking about, that doesn't listen while we're doing it.
I write a Fitz gibberish.
And they suck.
Yeah, today's was probably.
It even says it in the beginning of the show.
Today's was lackluster.
Everybody else was writing Fitz gibberishes, and they were better than yours.
Every Fitz show though, you do say
I'm kidding.
Pretty good. Fitz gibberish.
I do like the Fitz gibberish.
Yeah, every once in a while you say.
Here's why I like the Fitz gibberishes, because it makes me look smart.
Yeah. And sports fans out there. John, why don't you read that up there? That's your brother-in-law. Shout out to NIU for breaking Mount Greenwood's heart.
Hey, what are you clapping for? How'd Michigan do yesterday? Worst loss since Marshall, where my first game that we went to. Yeah, unbelievable. Look, I don't know about Notre Dame. Like, I don't know if they lose again before USC, Freeman's got to go, right?
Yeah, I mean,
and I liked Freeman.
He's had a lot of the Marshall loss. He's had a lot of notable losses.
To be fair, that was not his roster. It was the second game as a head coach. It was. I'll give him that
roster,
but there's no excuses this year. This is your roster. These are your recruits. These are the guys that you brought in. They've got linemen. They're just all freshmen and sophomores. None. And the quarterback that they went and got out of the portal, Riley Leonard, does not look like a guy. So I'm worried. They are one of only 2 teams in the country that have not had a passing touchdown yet this season.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought their QB would be a lot better. I really did.
It's terrible.
I don't know what the hell is going on. That's what you get from getting a guy from Duke. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
You're
great analysis.
You want more?
You've got such in-depth analysis for a guy who doesn't
analysis. They sucked against NIU. I thought they would lose to Texas A&M, but they didn't.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us here live from McNally's. We're going to get you guys going for kickoff. Look, we have more people clapping when we say we're done.
Yes, I know. They're all pumped up.
Well, they're like, yeah, it's finally over. But it's time. It is time for kickoff. We are about 5 minutes away from the Bears, from Caleb Williams, from King Caleb taking over this division.
Yep.
Yeah, suck it, Patrick.
King of the North.
Suck it. I'm going to kick you right in your dick. And I've got impeccable aim, so I'll hit it. That is the Bears, but that was given to him for free. That was a free giveaway.
It's on the ground now.
Yeah.
I'll go get it.
Yeah. That's what you think of the Bears. I'm done. Anyways, guys, next week.
Down. I was drinking my coffee.
Next week, same bad time, same bad channel. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies. We'll see you next week.